This video is brought to you by CoolstuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we have 50,000 subs, so this is day 1 of Jank week. Yeah, 5 days of Jank here on the channel. Really excited about it. I can tell you right now, hopefully it doesn't fall through because I mentioned this, but I have some special guests that I have lined up for Jank Week. Should be very exciting. But this first one is going to be me and you and Niv and the Magic Mirror. I'm probably going to get laughed at because the very first thing I do in Jank Week is play counter spells. But they're important, okay? They serve an important function for the deck. A quick announcement before we dive into the list. I have another channel. Now, you guys knew it as Covert Go Free to Play. That was the branding on the channel in the past. We're doing a little quick rebranding here. Let's go ahead and zoom it in for all of y'all. So this is the CGB Gaming YouTube channel. It's my backup channel. As you see, it has a humble 1,000.87 subscribers. No 50,000 just yet, but just you wait. And this is a channel I hope to update once or twice a week with videos from formats that don't fit the main channel. The main channel is very devoted to standard. As you know, it gets the most views, it gets the most traction. Its consistency, I know, is part of what you love. Like, all the numbers say the same thing. When I stick to one format and I upload daily, people appreciate that consistency and they come back. But I still have a lot of fun stuff I want to do with Historic and stuff I want to do with Brawl, stuff I may want to do with Gasp, other video games, some Magic Duels, some Shadowverse, some Mana Strike, some Magic Legends when that comes out. So this is the CGB Gaming channel. You can find it by searching for CGB Gaming on YouTube. I'll try to remember to put a link in comments and description. Remind me if I forget. But yeah, there's already one video up. This is called My Finest Hour. It is a Brawl Athreos Shroudveiled deck. It is one of my favorite games that I've ever made, and I already have the second video for this channel shot, and it will be going live later next week. You can see there's a little bit of editing on the screen. You don't get this on the CGB channel very much, but I'm trying out a new editor on this channel. I'm very curious if you guys like the editor's work. And yeah, please go check out this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in CGB content that is more than standard. And yeah, I think it will be a lot of fun for all of you. So there, announcement out of the way. Let's talk about this deck. The objective here is to get out Magic Mirror and Niv Mizzet Perun, so that every time that we draw a card, it deals 1 damage to any target, and the Magic Mirror, when it gets humming, that's a lot of cards. So if we can do a Magic Mirror Niv Mizzet thing, I'm going to be very, very happy about it. Magic Mirror is also really fun with Nadir Kraken, so that's the other creature in the deck and the other win con, to just crank out a bunch of tentacle tokens very, very quickly. A very, very fun deck. It has to function as an Izzet control deck to get to the point in the game where it can assemble these combos. It needs a lot of instants and sorceries because Niv Mizzet triggers off an instant or a sorcery, and Magic Mirror needs instants or sorceries in the graveyard to play the Magic Mirror. Also, the no maximum hand size with Niv Mizzet gets crazy. So we have 4 Opt and 4 Shock. They're cheap, they're powerful, they're instants, they do a job. I don't know if powerful is the right term, but when you combine them with a Niv Mizzet, they're powerful. They're just easy to get in the graveyard. We have 1 copy of Anticipate. So I'm not worried about decking myself. Maybe I should be. Hasn't happened to me yet. If you are worried about decking yourself, take this Anticipate, turn it into a Thassa's Oracle. In fact, I'll do it for this video, because now that I've said that, it always happens. It always happens when I say that I end up decking myself. So we'll run a Thassa's Oracle here today, so that if we deck ourselves with Magic Mirror, we still win the game. All right, 4 Scorching Dragonfire. Exile stuff. Get it out of there. For Thrill of Possibility. This is a pretty key card in the deck, and I'm going to talk about it in conjunction with Mystical Dispute, but we need to get deeper in our deck. Drawing cards, of course, triggers Niv Mizzet if we thrill while Niv Mizzet's on the board, but we also want to discard cards that aren't very good. So if we're against a control deck and they don't have any cheap creatures, discarding a Shock makes a lot of sense. If we are against an aggro deck, discarding a Mystical Dispute if it's not a blue deck makes a lot of sense, and we want Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute is interesting in this deck because you can play it for 1 blue mana. So when you play a Niv Mizzet and the opponent tries to do something about it, if you can play a Mystical Dispute for 1 mana if they played blue, that's a big deal. You don't always have to fight off counters with Niv Mizzet, but you have to fight off spells, bounce spells, all kinds of things. But just getting to play this on the cheap, we don't have Dive Down to protect Niv Mizzet like we had in the last standard. This kind of protects it. Sometimes it just tempos the opponent. They have to pay 3 to resolve their bounce spell, and we draw a card and we deal a damage. So it actually has worked out really well for me. And of course, Sinister Sabotage is the actual hard counter, and if we can set that up with Niv Mizzet, we're pretty happy. We also have Storm's Wrath to wipe the board. So by filling the graveyard early, by playing some removal spells and some card draw spells, the idea is that sometime around turn 6 or 7, we use 3 blue mana to cast the Magic Mirror, and then we still also have mana open to cast things like Mystical Dispute or Storm's Wrath, so we don't have to take the whole turn off. The turn after that, hopefully we'll play something along the lines of Niv Mizzet and have or Nadir Kraken and have counter spells available to protect it. That's the ideal game plan. So down here in the mana base, we skew slightly towards blue because we need a lot of blue to play Mirror and have a counter, but it's kind of down the middle too because we have to have 3 red for Niv. It's awkward, but we make it work. We have 1 Swiftwater Cliffs and 1 Fabled Passage, trying to help out 2 castles and 6 of each basic. 24 total lands because we have so much card draw that I'm hoping I can go without the usual 26 land. We also have a density issue where we really do need a lot of our cards to be instants or sorceries, or else the rest of our deck doesn't function. So doing something aggressive like trimming on land makes sense when you absolutely have a density issue. All right, I have talked deeply about this deck. This was quite a thorough deck review. Let me know if you like the slightly longer intro and deck review where I talk about every card and the stats. And let's dive in. It is time for Jank Week to begin. And looks pretty good. Let's give it a try. The Opt and the Dragonfire. I'm going to get the tap lands out of the way. I don't feel rushed to cast Opt. There is a Knight of the Ebon Legion. So that's going to start things off. Do we want to be able to remove that? They can't pump it this turn. But I don't think I'll need to. I'll just play another tap land this turn. Opt. Then have Sabotage available, and if they try to pump the Knight, we'll Scorching Dragonfire it. Dreadhorde Invasion is a card. It's a slow card, though. No reason to panic. Thrill of Possibility? What would I discard? Storm's Wrath might be discard worthy, but yeah, we definitely want to be deeper in our deck. Let's see what the opponent does here. So if they pump the Knight, we'll do something to it. They're thinking about it. Okay, got him. Let's use the Shock. Then we can also cast Thrill. And I do think we're not going to need Storm's Wrath. We have 2 spot removals. We have another spot removal to go. The opponent hasn't flooded the board at this point. Wow. If you like thrills, you don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. Now we're on the lookout for magic mirrors, baby. Magic mirrors. Okay. Might make me wish I had my Storm's Wrath back. Yeah, now we're flooding the board. How does the opponent always know when I do something? When I commit to a certain line? Alright. Go like this and this. Let's discard this island. See if we find something different. No. So do I Dragonfire this? I think I wait another turn. I'm going to cast Thrill and discard this Dispute since we're not against a blue deck. They had something to do for 1 mana and chose not to. Interesting. There's the mirror. Let's do it. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the CGBest of them all? There's our 3/3. We're probably going to Scorching Dragonfire that just to slow down the clock, but we'll give our opponent a chance to make some other plays. And play a Foulmere Knight. That's what they could have played last turn. Well, they are into 1/1 Death Touch. They are really into cheap Death Touch cards in this deck. Alright, get rid of you. You gotta love being against mono black too, because they can't get rid of this typically. Oh, the Kraken. Unleash the Kraken. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is how we kick off Jank Week, friends. Magic Mirror Nadir Kraken is something I would laugh my butt off at if somebody suggested it in my chat for like a ranked deck or something like that, or a most powerful cards from the new set, but here we are. No. I told you, Sinister Sabotage. Counters can work for the Jank Mage. They can be your friend. They can be your friend, Child of Night. Not gonna lie, that does take down... That does douse my spirits a little. I thought I was against Mono Black Aggro Gamer. I'm against Child of Night Gamer. Child of Night Gamer doesn't understand. Oh yeah. Do we want to pay another? Sure. Boom. Sinister Sabotage ready to cook. Opt on top? I won't need that. I'm drawing enough extra cards that I don't need to spend my mana on an opt. Now we just need Niv Mizzet, and it will all come together. Who wants some? Who wants some tentacles? Come and get them. Oh wow. Yeah, the opponent's going for it. Trading with the tentacle tokens. I'm surprised. They have a trick? I don't know what it could be. It would be a total, totally surprise me. Plague Crafter. Ooh, I see, I see. No. I see their plan, but I must stop their plan. 2 straight ops? Yeah, because why not? Alright, do they have another Plague Crafter? They have something? Murderous Rider! You got me. They killed the Kraken through the counter magic. But we were ready. We ready. Let's make all this mana available. Kick it on back over. So we have the ability to shock or Dragonfire and cast Mystical Dispute if we decide to. Mystical Dispute makes the opponent pay 3, so we would need for them to tap lower than 3 open mana. Oh my gosh, they did. They oopsed it. They weren't playing around the Mystical Dispute. To be fair though, it's really hard to see that coming. I don't blame them. Oh yeah, 4 cards. Let's do it. We're out of counters though. Or I thought we were. Still have the one from the draw step, and there is a nice pile of tentacle tokens. Just keep grabbing more islands. And yeah, let's send in the 7 frickin' 8 Nadir Kraken at the opponent. I don't mind them prolonging the game with a chump block. I don't need to use my removal on those. I'm okay. Spectre's Shriek. I reveal my hand. They choose a non-land card. Huh. Okay. Well, they could take the Thassa's Oracle and take away that particular win con, but I think we'll be okay. Not a lot of... Okay, they take the Dragonfire. That makes sense. The thing that most affects their current game plan of block and stay alive. Alright, Swamp for the turn. Let's shock away the 1/1. Force the opponent to chump block the Kraken. Here's the cards! Oh my goodness. This is so glorious. Yes! Yes, please. How many ops can we put on the bottom of the library or the graveyard? Get them. Remember, no maximum hand size. Bask in the glory. The Magic Mirror has the no maximum hand size text. Thank God. It makes it so much more fun. Opponent's going to draw with the castle. Desperation time. Oh, they drew a removal. Nah. Should have just played the dispute, but it doesn't matter. Game's definitely over. Oh, Niv! It's Niv! Well, hopefully we get to show the Niv. I just want the opponent to see the Niv. Know the nonsense we're up to. One more turn and the Magic Mirror would have drawn 7 freaking cards for Niv. 12 cards in the deck for those of you concerned. We can try it. Thrill is probably going to discard the Oracle. Unless the opponent is playing Control, then it can discard the Shock. Oh, if they're playing Control, we could also discard the Storm's Wrath. I don't know. Let's find out what's going on. What's up, opponent? They're on the same gorgeous free sleeves that I'm on. Battle of Equals. Say go. Try to get as much information as possible before we cast Thrill of Possibility. Green, white, nothing, huh? I'm just going to drop off the Shock. Pretty low impact. I don't quite know what I'm up against. It could still be Bant Ramp, which would make Thassa's Oracle a useful card. And we draw a Mirror. Long way to go on the Mirror. Bronze-Hide Lion. That is something I can Dragonfire. And I can opt. And we're looking for land. Land. Another Thrill. There's our land. Play this, say go. Find another blue source, and we are rocking and rolling. Daxos. Should I counter it? It does try to help me find the land, and puts a spell in the graveyard. I think so. All right, island. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Hopefully this sticks and the opponent doesn't go land Banishing Light. Land. Don't do it. Don't you touch my mirror. No. All right. We'll figure it out. I'm going to hold on to the Thrill. That is a fine card to discard here at this stage. I know that we might need it to cast Niv, but I'm more likely to draw more of them. Ooh. Well, let's run out the Kraken, and we did find another mirror. Curse you, Banishing Light! Cetessan Champion. All right, it's getting real. So one more turn, and I could play the Storm's Wrath. And keep my Kraken. But if the opponent plays double Aura here, I'm in trouble. Send a message. Big turn. What's gonna happen? They have another Banishing Light. They could. I mean, they missed their third land drop for a few turns, so we know they have a bunch of action, and they have the first Iroan games. First Iroan games. Like Iron Man? I don't know. Now I'm just saying words, don't mind me. Oh no. 5 toughness is so much. Alright. Gotta get rid of that champion. Let's see if we can find the means to do it. There's a Thrill. And a Mountain. Not really what I'm looking for. The Storm's Wrath here doesn't do the job either. I guess we'll try to Thrill. Discard the Storm's Wrath since it doesn't do the job. That's a lot of land. That's not what I would call okay. We've got tentacles. Tentacles we've got. It's an interesting game. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out yet. If our mirror leaves, it's going to be terrible. Oh no. Oh no, not flying. Not flying. Anything but I hate you. You're the worst opponent. I hate you so much. Stop with your Banishing Lights. I'm trying to do nonsense. All right. That's a lot of land in a row. I feel like the game just decided I can't win. Ugh. I'm mad. I'm salty. Okay. It looks like we're going to be trying another very low land hand and trying to make it happen. But that's what we get. That is definitely what we get for running 24 land in best of 1. So, hello opponent. They've got an Azorius Guildgate. Let's set up. I'm not sure what I'm discarding to Thrill, but it's probably Storm's Wrath at this point. They definitely don't appear to be running out a bunch of... Never mind. So now I'm not sure about this Thrill. I'm just going to opt. I guess I could discard the opt to the Thrill if I really wanted, but I think I'm just going to do this and take my time. Another Storm's Wrath. They're a Healer's Hawk deck. Let's keep it. Okay, let's shock. So we have the option of Thrill and opt or Sinister Sabotage. The end. All right, let's start with the opt. Wow. Hateful. Hypnotic Sprite countering opt? All right. Well, if they're going to play a Drago game, I think Sinister Sabotage might be my worst card, but having 2 Storm's Wrath seems unnecessary. They're probably going to pace their creatures pretty well, but the Magic Mirror could still matter a lot. This is tough, but I guess if our game plan is to get to Mirror, Sabotage can fill our graveyard, while it's expensive for Storm's Wrath to do so. So I'm going to drop off the Storm's Wrath. Asa's Oracle loves to show up at bad times. Let's play this tapped and try to line up the Sabotage. If we get to use it well, maybe we can resolve the Mirror. Oh yeah. So we could also Storm's Wrath this. The opponent's going to be tapped out. But I think I really want to play the Mirror. Then when I'm tapped out, the opponent will play multiple creatures. Then I'll Storm's Wrath. I think that's better. Since I plan to tap out the next couple turns, I don't think another Sinister Sabotage is very useful. Here's the Mirror. Now I could play the Oracle. I don't think this game is not going to come down to decking. They can't deal with a Niv, so let's line up some mana on top of the deck. I don't need another one of these. Let's take the red, I guess. Make absolutely sure we can play Niv if we want to. We might end up Storm's Wrathing our Oracle, but I don't think it matters. Don't think it matters. And in hindsight, I kind of wish I'd just dropped off the Oracle to the Thrill, but it's okay. Ooh. Yeah, Storm's Wrath, hold up Mystical Dispute, play Niv next turn, have Mystical Dispute if we don't spend it. Love it. See if the opponent wants to block. I want a free point of damage, darn it. Okay. Ba-boom. Every turn that goes by, the mirror gets more knowledge counters. Hand gets bigger and stronger. Yep. Here's a sprite. Winged Words. Let's counter that. I think. Also really tempting to save the Mystical Dispute to go with the Niv Mizzet. Okay, you can have cards. Let's make this really count. Healer's Hawk, sure. Another Dispute. And a Scorching Dragonfire. Well, we didn't get the land to play these with the Niv. So do we send out the Niv? I really want to line it up so that when I play this, I also get to play other cards. So no, I don't think so. Say go. Let's fight the opponent's flying creatures on their turn. Another Winged Words. Okay. Let him have a big old pile of cards. I think we can compete with a big old pile of cards with a big old pile of cards of our own. Fire off a Dragonfire. Might have a way to bounce this, or they might play a counter spell. Hypnotic Sprite of their own. Yeah, let's fight over it. It's a 2/1 flyer and a counter effect that gets through 2 damage at once. Arametra's Blessing. I could dispute that too. I don't think it's worth it. I'm still countering the Sprite here. So it's a little bit of damage from the opponent, that's all. Oh wait, this doesn't give hexproof because it's not enchanted, so it still dies. So yeah, that's a big oops. Glad I didn't counter it. Would have been pretty embarrassing. Here we go. It's dragon time. The moment you've all been waiting for. The moment you've all been waiting for. Niv Mizzet Magic Mirror, baby. Vanishing Light. Crap. But we have another Niv. It's okay. Let's go ahead and use this shock on the Healer's Hawk. Or wait, we should have shocked the opponent's face. Because we deal 1 damage to the Hawk. But, oh well. Well, this way if they play Rally... Oh. Sure. Well, this lets me get all of my bonusy card draw effects from the Niv. Love a good stack when your Niv Mizzet is about to get exiled. Now that's how we refill. Kraken shows up. And Niv returns. No maximum hand size. Magic Mirror, full effect. The machine gun, the Death Star is assembled. Witness the power of the fully operational battle station. That's fine. Our opponent loves Hypnotic Sprite. That is their avatar. All 4 of them in this game. Staggering Insight. I mean, sure. He has a shock. All right, I really want to see the mirror go off, so I'm not going to play anything because I'm scared the opponent's going to scoop. Pew, pew. They might have Karametra's Blessing. If they do, we have responses. Brutal. It's so brutal. Do we play out Kraken for the lulz? Nah. With all this firepower, they have no chance. None. It's me versus Standard. In Standard. This is perfect. Everything about this makes sense. This is a nice balanced hand that can take on early creatures, wide boards, and individual spells on the stack. So it's a pretty easy keep. Don't think I'll need the shock on turn 1. Let me just set up for the opt. We're looking for some of our pieces now. We're looking for the mirror. We're looking for the Niv. Our opponent started with the Sacred Foundry. Could definitely be a Teferi deck. Fires of Invention. This card is very good against that. Red-white. Never mind, it's a Swiftblade Vindicator. Let's get it dead. Just not mess around here. Keep positive tempo, keep the board clean. We don't know if we're going to find that other mountain for Storm's Wrath easily or not. Here's a knight. We can zap it, so I think this is fine. Ooh, they have Fervent Champion as well. Okay, that's the kind of card that we're okay with, and then we'll clean it up later with the Storm's Wrath. It's only 1 damage a turn. Traditionally, those aren't very dangerous. Of course, Fervent Champion has this tremendous upside of being good in multiples. I wonder, I think I would Sinister Sabotage a Fervent Champion here. But it's a Sky Knight Legionnaire. Let's go ahead and spend our Mystical Dispute, because our opponent's unlikely to have a lot of expensive cards in this deck. So we want to use this while we know it will counter something. If the opponent has second Fervent Champion now, it might break my heart. Nope, we escape with our lives. Okay, keeping the blue mana coming. Extra awkward. Shuffler's fine, everybody. Shuffler is so fine. Just shock me already. I can take it. Just do it. Or maybe Rimrock, I don't know. The Circle of Loyalty? No, sir. I must say no to this. Too strong. Yes. I will say yes to that. Might just take over this game. Because if the opponent's last card is a Shock or a Rimrock Knight, oh yeah. Hold up mana to make them think about other things, but if you really want to bluff, you should mark stops. I'm just not doing it. Not on Jank Week. In fact, I should probably relax in general. Oh, that's the card they were holding. Crap, I did not play around that card. Intervention, 3 damage and 3 life. Oi! There we go. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the jankiest of them all? Well, Mono Black Magic has really janky... Shut up, mirror. Silence. Don't embarrass me on my own show. Have you heard of MTG original decks? Have you watched not the deck or what the deck or whatever it is featuring Noxious in Day 9? The guy is so charming. Stop it, Mirror. Legend has some pretty original janky brews. I've just been watching this channel with Absurd Heroine. She makes very janky decks. It's really fun. Never ask the Mirror a question you don't already know the answer to. I know that makes it kind of pointless and it's just a really bad Siri, but the tilt, it'll tilt you. It'll tilt you too much. Let's keep this cracking. Oh, opponent top decks land. Oh, we found the red source too. There wasn't an untapped red source in that whole shebang, which is what I really wanted, but here we go. Battle station assembled. And that's game. All right. Spells and mirror, spells and mirror. I'll need to find a counter to counter anything too big for a Storm's Wrath, but I think I'm ready to roll. Swamp, Meat Island. Fenlurker. That seems like no fun, but we can drop off a land, no big deal. We have plenty of these steam vents, for example. No shortage on steam vents here today. Say go. I'm not in a hurry to shock this. Not unless the opponent tries to use it for something. Pumps. Yeah, I'm still gonna take it and save my shock. There's gotta be something better I can shock or team the shock up with. Let's play the Kraken. That'll keep the opponent busy. Nightmare Shepherd. Oh, that's rude. Now we need another shock to team up with here, and we're not drawing it. All right. Double Kraken, though? How about that? How about that? There's a Murderous Rider, of course. And no attacks. The opponent wants to play the long game. There's a Dragonfire. We can get rid of the Shepherd now. I guess we should get that done. And we should lead with the Dragonfire, so that if the opponent responds by somehow sacrificing the Shepherd to the shock to something I'm not thinking about, it still gets exiled. We could have waited and tried to get the Fenlurker to jump in front of something so that the Fenlurker died too. I guess I like that play, and I should have done it. I should have attacked... Well, then the Shepherd would just block it. Never mind. That wouldn't be a very good play. Disfigure. Take out a token. And the 2/3-ness of the Kraken looking better and better. Alright, next turn, probably a mirror, which can be huge against mono black. They can't get rid of it. But they have a Citadel. Oh my god, we're gonna have a battle of the mythic artifacts. Gold artifact. Okay, that's rude. Yeah, wow, top of your deck, 3 spells, 4 spells. When I play Citadel, this never happens. Never. Okay. I guess I'll decline and have an artifact war. And I'm probably going to lose it because they played their artifact the turn before I played mine. But maybe they'll hit lands. Maybe they'll just hit a few lands in a row. Dread Presence, that's really bad for me. About as bad as it comes. What do we need? Storm's Wrath? The opponent will make a lot of copies with Nightmare Shepherd, but they'll also take a ton of damage. And we can pump the Kraken. Not a Storm's Wrath. Not a Storm's Wrath. 2 duds. Now our opponent finds the oven. So they can make a copy of something. Copying the Fenlurker would just discard the mirror, so they're looking for a Grey Merchant. Alright, they're gonna make this play now. Whatever. Down to 6. And they have a food to eat. So they have 3 life available. Down to 5. There's the land for the turn. Dread Presence. Target a token. They target my face, though. I'm really close to dead. They can attack me for 8 here. And that's... yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, just finish the job, please. Please, just finish the job. Alright, cool. Rough. Rough. We lost to another excellent artifact, though. Fireside chat, probably not much on Jank Week because there's no point in reflecting on whether or not these are competitive decks. They're definitely not. The things that are fun here is when you have Magic Mirror drawing cards and you have Niv Mizzet shooting things. Also, Kraken making a bunch of tokens is fun too. But the deck is super fragile, and really, Elspeth Conquers Death is an absolutely horrific card to have to face. So those are the main issues. But like I said, not a lot to say. Probably not many fireside chats for Jank Week. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you for 50,000 subs. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.